Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a pretty random video. Yesterday I was on Instagram Live and I was just talking to you guys. I do a lot of like chit-chatting on Instagram Live just because it's live and it's now and I feel like it's the most personable. And I didn't know what videos to film next, so I took my notebook and people were literally just spitting out different videos for me to do. So I figured I would start doing them. I've done a couple tutorials back to back, so I wanted to do something that was more like sit down and chit-chatty. People kept telling me to do like a story time, but I don't know what to talk about as far as story time. The only thing that I do is work, so I'm like, I don't really know what to talk about. So if you guys have any ideas, please leave them down below so I can start working them into my channel. I've been pretty consistent with my videos and I want to stay that way, so I don't want to fall into a rut of not knowing what to film. And it's been, I think, 5 days since I filmed, so I'm like, no, I need to film. I got ready for work and I still have about an hour and 15 minutes before I have to leave. So I figured I would just do one of the videos. So this video is my favorite drugstore foundations, but I decided to put drugstore foundations and concealers into one just because I only have like 4 drugstore foundations that I really like. So I just decided to just leave it at those and then add concealers into it. So as you guys already know, my favorite drugstore foundation, hands down, is this one. And it's why I have so many colors of it. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I use the shade Caramel right now. It's my tan shade. I'm not wearing it right now. I'm actually wearing the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation. Also, if you guys want to see a video on this look, please let me know. I used, see, look at me, I'm already going off topic. I used a ColourPop eyeshadow. It's one of their Super Shock shadows, and it's this beautiful, like, bronze gold glitter color, and I used pretty much all ColourPop on my eyes today. So if you guys want to see this look, just let me know. But anyways, back to what I was talking about before. So the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation has to be hands down one of my favorite foundations I've ever used, aside from it being one of my favorite drugstore or my favorite drugstore foundation. It lays so nicely on the skin that when I'm not wearing it, some of my coworkers are even like, you're not wearing your Wet n Wild foundation, because I love it that much. It gives a medium to full coverage. It's definitely buildable. It stays, like, it's pretty tacky on the skin, so I do have to set it every single time I wear it. I don't like the way that it looks when I don't set it, just because I don't like tacky looking foundation. It doesn't oxidize on me. It lasts throughout the entire day. It doesn't flake or cake up around anywhere on my skin. I'm pretty dry on the sides of my nose and in between my forehead, and it does not look dry on me there whatsoever. I love the way everything lays on top of it. I love the way concealers lay on top of it. I just really like this foundation. It photographs bomb. Like, it photographs and videographs so beautifully. It looks good on almost every skin that I've used it on. I have used it on a couple different people that I've freelanced on, which is why I bought it in so many different shades. I wanted to be able to have it for everyone, because most people are getting their makeup done for events that they want themselves photographed. So if you have not tried this foundation, I highly recommend it. It was only $5.99. I bought this one in store. I bought it in Walgreens, and then all these other shades I bought online. Like, I knew that I just wanted a whole bunch of different colors. I do still actually want to add to it. I just haven't had time and all that stuff to look through. This is my natural color. It's desert beige. So this is what I am when I'm not tan, but since I'm super tan right now, well, not as tan, but I'm more tan right now, so that's why I've been using the shade Caramel, and I'm actually almost out of it. The only thing that I don't like about this foundation is the smell. It smells like straight up wall paint. Like, the smell is so strong, but once it's on your face, you don't smell it anymore. Like, once it's actually blended away, it just smells like ass. I hate the smell of it. So another foundation that is kind of like a tried and true, like, I feel like everyone's tried this foundation, is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup. I guess that's what it's called. I picked this up recently in a, like, I was doing a drugstore video, and I wanted to use a foundation that I used to use a lot and I hadn't used in such a long time. So I picked up the L'Oreal True Matte in the shade Warm Caramel Beige W7. This is it here, and the first day that I used it, I was like, ugh, I don't know. It looked a little bit cakey on my face. I'm pretty sure it was because I hadn't exfoliated in like 4 days. So I exfoliated, I deeply hydrated my face, because this foundation does have a matte finish. I hydrated my face. I used a hydrating primer, and since then I've been loving the way this looks. A little bit goes such a long way because the coverage is so good. I'm pretty sure I don't like the way this one smells either. Yeah, I don't like the way this one smells either. It's not as strong as the Wet n Wild, but I still just don't like the smell. It blends beautifully. The coverage is amazing. You don't need a lot. It's a very thin consistency, and it just wears so nice throughout the entire day. So I've really been liking this one. This is another one that I want to get a couple different shades to add in my kit, just to have for people that don't necessarily want something as full as this one. They can use this one. The third foundation that I have is an oldie, and it's like a tried and true. Every time I forget how much I like this, I use it and I remember again, and it's the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible 24-hour foundation, and this is in the shade 108 Caramel Beige. This one here, I'm literally almost out of it. There's like nothing left in here, but this foundation, it just works every single time. It's like, when I don't know what foundation to put on, I'm like, I know what'll work. This works. It works every time. It doesn't look too thick or cakey on me since it's a matte foundation. I normally don't like anything that's too matte or too heavy, but this one just lays so nice on the face. It looks bomb in pictures. It stays all day. It's just so good. And I've recently been trying out, where is it? I didn't want to mention this yet because I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. It's the 24-hour Pro Glow foundation, and I bought this. You can see this is a lot darker than this, for when I went on vacation in Aruba, and I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it because it's dewy, but it's like dewy, and I love dewy foundations, but I don't like anything that looks super oily by the end of the day, and this so far has been looking kind of oily like right here, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's so damn hot and humid here in Orlando, but I want to see how I like these mixed. I've heard that's a really good finish because it's more of like a natural. I love the coverage of this. It looks really natural on the face. I'm just still trying to figure out if I like how dewy it is. Like even when I set it throughout the day, it just, the dewiness like pushes out. So anyways, this one I know for sure I love. I'm gonna try mixing these two together and see how I feel about it, and we'll be able to go from there. Now the last foundation that I have is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily. I guess it's for normal to oily skins. I use the shade 228 Soft Tan. This is definitely my lighter shade for sure. Like you can see, this is pretty light for me right now, but this is another just very easy, I don't know what foundation to wear, pick it up, put it on the face, and I feel like this is just a must-have if you're into drugstore foundations. I love using drugstore products even though they're not the best for your skin. I exfoliate all the time. I deeply cleanse my face, so I don't go to sleep with any makeup on my face, so they don't really ruin anything that, like any of my texture or anything like that. I love the way that it finishes. It's not super matte and it's not super dewy. It's kind of right in the middle. The coverage is amazing, and this is just one that I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I pick it up, and when I use it, I'm like, oh, it's another one like the Pro Matte Infallible. It just works. Now for drugstore concealers, I only have two. There's one other one that I use that I like. I just haven't had it in a while, and it's the Master Conceal. I think it's Maybelline, or is it L'Oreal? I have to check for sure, but it's the Master Conceal. I really like that one. I just haven't used it in a really long time. Like it's been probably like a year that I haven't used it, but I remember loving that one. And the other two that I love is, this is an oldie but a goodie for me. You can see how beat up this is. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in the color Sand, the number 20. It's a little light for me. I was using it so much, but I feel like I need to get a darker shade just for like the natural days. But it has a radiant finish. It has pretty decent coverage. I would say it's like a medium coverage. A lot of people compare it to the NARS Radiant Creamy, and I don't think it's even close to the Radiant Creamy. The Radiant Creamy, the texture is a little bit different. The coverage is different. The finish is different. I just don't think this compares to it whatsoever, but this is a really good one, especially if you're on a budget. It's so nice, and it looks really pretty under the skin. It doesn't sink into fine lines. It sets really beautifully. It stays all day, so I really like it. And the other one, which is the concealer that I'm wearing right now, is the Photo Focus Concealer from Wet n Wild, and this is in the color Light Medium Beige A41B. Oh, I didn't know it was vegan. Well, it's vegan. It's the concealer that I'm wearing right now, and I love the coverage. I love the finish. This one actually reminds me of the texture and the finish of the NARS Radiant Creamy, but I like it a little bit more because it's not as thick. The Radiant Creamy isn't my favorite because it's a little bit too thick for the under eye and it takes too long to blend out. This one, it just looks bomb. Like you can see it. It looks so airbrushed in photos and in video. Like it looks amazing. I have this in like 5 different shades as well for my kit, just to be able to do all different skin types and all different tones with it, and I absolutely love it. It sets beautifully, it wears really nicely throughout the day, it looks good on top of all foundations. I've used it, like right now I have it on top of the Laura Mercier, and I love it. I like it on top of the Wet n Wild, amazing. I love it on top of the L'Oreal True Match. Like these two can, like together, do such a nice finish. I post a lot of pictures with details on my makeup Instagram, which if you guys don't already follow it, it is Ivana_Beauty X. So Ivana_Beauty X, which I'll put it somewhere around here. If you guys want to see, like when I take pictures, I leave all the details. Like I tag everything, I put everything on there just in case people have questions about it. So this is one that I've been using a lot in my place of Shape Tape. Shape Tape is still my favorite concealer of all time, but this one, if I don't feel like using my Shape Tape, or if I just I mean, Shape Tape is like near and dear, like it's close to the heart, so sometimes I don't like to run through it. So I've been using this to replace it, and I freaking love it. And it's another one that I have it in. This is a lighter shade. I have it in darker shades. I just have it in so many different shades. So guys, that was everything that I had for you for a foundation and concealer from the drugstore. I am gonna do my highlights, blushes, and bronzers all together in one video. And I wanted to also do like lip products from the drugstore that I love. Please let me know if there's anything else you want to see down below that's more like chit chatty like this, because I have lots of tutorials that are coming because I've been getting so much makeup and so many new products. So please let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see. I'm pretty sure that wraps this video up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.